Welcome to another episode and video on my Raspberry Pi 2 running Ubuntu Linux and the robot operating system connected to this breadboard with electronics and fischertechnik motor and propeller, phototransistor in the middle and an LED in the image at the bottom. The band cable is going to the Raspberry Pi, which is also connected serially to a Minicom serial terminal as part of the computer. Two cameras, which you will see in the screencast, are connected directly to the Raspberry Pi. And last time I had a severe problem, and that problem was that the Raspberry Pi didn't boot correctly, in the sense that it did boot but it had no network. So I couldn't test anything at all. So without any repair, I booted the whole thing up again and it worked. Last time it also turned out that ROS will not work without the network being active. And now two things have happened. First of all, the network works again, but also for some reason it has assigned a different IP address to the Raspberry Pi. So since I'm using VNC virtual network computing, I had to use a different IP address. Why? I don't know, but so far it works. I also wanted to start a new experiment with another package, mechatronics, in the name, and that went wrong. So let me first test the things that do work, which is the old robot Pi package, and see if the publisher and subscriber do what they should do. So first of all, starting the publisher, ROS core already works. The publisher starts nice. Subscriber starting, and that is very nicely visible with the propeller. Then this LED should work as well. At least I hope it does, and if not, then I will have to make a small adjustment to the wire. Well, the wire is connected nicely now, so you can see that. And that also means that I have to test the phototransistor with this fading light, but let me push this button. That should light this LED, although it is not exactly working, but let's see if this is working. And then the red LED should give some sign of life. And the way I can see it now, actually nothing is happening. Well, at least not with the LEDs. So unfortunately that is part that doesn't work, but at least Raspberry Pi and electronics partly work. So now I am going to check whether the new package indeed does work, because last time there were some problems. Well, not last time, of course, because last time it all went wrong. So let's see how that works out. And before going on to the new package, I found that the yellow wire wasn't connecting correctly to the GPIO. So in the meantime, the little green LED does work, and so let's check if the red LED will work. I would be very delighted if it did. With all connections correct. And I'm afraid that it isn't so. And now one of the connections is once again gone. So let me connect the yellow wire on this side as well. And that's a bit of a problem now. And there it goes again from the GPIO. And that's a problem with very tender wires. Alright, anyway, it did work somehow, but the focus is now on a very different package, which I already opened here and intend to open here as well. Mechatronics pi.pub, and I have to build it in the sense that when I say catkin make, it needs to build it, and there it went wrong last time. So let's see if anything has changed miraculously. I don't expect it to be. No. And this is where it went wrong the last time. In cmakelist.txt, line 50, something is wrong. So, seeing that this works, let's go to where source. Then I need the mechatronics package, and then I need to edit this one. Go to line 50, and here something would be wrong. Now, easiest thing to do is to compare it with the something that works, which is RaspberryPi. So source and then RaspberryPi, and then say not VI but less, so I don't have to change anything. And then I have to go to add message. And what is the difference? Well, except for here being a lot of messages that don't work, as has shown. If something here is not correct, then most likely something previous is not correct. But if I look to find package, it has a bracket here and a bracket here, and here it says message generation. So what if I add message generation here? That just may be the culprit. And why doesn't? Now again. Alright. So let's do it again. This goes, no, it still goes wrong. Message directory not found. That is very weird. So let's quit this one, and there it says message. What does it say here? There are no messages. Ah. Right, now there are. Clearly. New attempt. Will it do it or won't it? It won't. I need to pay more attention to things. Message file not found. So I thought I had created a message file, but apparently it I have to create it. Okay, so I will. Alright, so this message here in this window tells me that the message file is not found. I have to thus create it completely myself. I have entered the message directory, now creating the mechatronics _pi.message file. As you can see, I do it as an integer 32 array named data. So now I do have this mechatronics _pi.message file. Let's now build it again. And by the way, you can see here in this window that the whole thing works except that publisher and subscriber have stopped, so it keeps burning until I reset the whole thing. Now back here to the build process.
and I won't do anything with it. Yet. I'll just start running it. Will this work? That is very important in this phase. Well, now it did work. So I will now say using a command like this. So ROS run mechatronics pi mechatronics underscore pi underscore pub dot py. Really? Package mechatronics pi not found. So if I now, maybe I need to source it again. Source. Start again. Don't find executable. And I did follow the instructions. So apparently not all of them. How to go on with this? Well, I am afraid that despite everything I am going to slip into a nightmare with this. And why this is, I don't know, because this works, except for the messages that shortly worked. If you have seen episodes ago, they did work after removing comments, and next thing I try and they stop working. And now all this. So the question is my ROS set up correctly? Yes, otherwise this would never have worked. And now this kind of thing. I'm really starting to doubt. Do I have to really start over again? Well, actually I am starting over again now with a new package. So this gets a bit weird at the moment. How to continue? I'll have to find out once again. So, after this error I have made some modifications to my new mechatronics underscore pi publisher. I've added a GPIO output, setup and output of course. Input not yet. I first want to do something with this motor. Let me give some more light. With this motor that is still running because I interrupted this publisher and this subscriber while doing everything. Then I put a dev talker like here, slightly different of course. So I hope this will be sufficient that it does work. And the GPIO cleanup should be sufficient to let things run according to this script. Will it? Well, let's just try. And the answer is no. It won't. So let's now, for safety's sake, one back. Right. Here I shouldn't be either. I have to go 1, 2, back. This one to run, and I want this to run. Back to the old program. This works. This works as well. Then here should be a change. Now it stops and starts again. And then with this LED should also be a change shortly. So why is this LED still running? And it doesn't even blink, it just burns continuously. Well, that's not entirely what should happen. So if I interrupt it while the motor stops, and then stopping the publisher. Alright. Now I am right now going back to this one. More appropriate, this one. So the big question is, why doesn't this run nicely? It can't find executable. Well, let's run catcan make again. No errors. Okay. I really have to dive deeper into this. And time is running out for this episode. So, although I have gone further than I was, I can't check on the publisher. And I wanted with this one to run the motor. This one, but unfortunately that won't happen in this episode. So, what next?
So, what exactly do I have? Well, I do have a constant burning LED. Reason it's burning, I have no idea. I have a motor that runs, I have an LED that burns with this motor, and this one, well, I can't test this one because this one is burning constantly, and it should happen, if you've seen this series before, that this one blinks when this one is lit. So I'll try one more time. Alright, this works. This works. Okay, the green LED clearly works. But why this one is still operative constantly, I don't know. And like I said, this has no influence. So something is odd. And with that, there are still things to clear up. And I thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, leave a comment, always appreciate it. You can also follow me on Twitter, if so retweet, like and leave a comment. And you can also follow me on Instagram, like and leave a comment. Very much appreciated, I always answer in one way or another. You can donate, please donate to keep videos coming your way. If you don't have, if you want to donate and don't have PayPal, please contact me. My email address is on my website. You can also become a patron and have your name mentioned either just on my website or with my videos, depending on the pledge you make. More information on my website. And this is going to be continued. So, thanks for watching and bye bye.